and welcome back. My name's dustinkreis, and today we're going to do a game discussion. We're going to talk about this game right here, Pokemon X for the Nintendo 3DS. And a little bit of a disclaimer, I have not beat this game yet. I am planning on beating it, but I just don't know how long it's going to take me because it's not really grabbing my attention and holding it. Pokemon is one of those big franchises, and I feel like it's one of those big franchises that really trades on its nostalgia. And that's probably going to piss some people off, but that's just how I feel about it. My history of the series, the last Pokemon game I played was Yellow, and I believe that was back in 1997. I think that's when that came out. So you can see, I'm not the biggest Pokemon fanboy. But you know, on the AGP chat, everyone was talking about how great the new game is and stuff like that. So I figured, you know what? I haven't played a Pokemon game in a long time. All of these games hold their value, so I can't really buy an old one and for a cheap price, you know. So why not just get the new sexy version and play that? And while I am having fun with this, at the same time, it has the same problems with it that I had back in 1997. And I guess we can just go into that right now. Back in 1997, or whenever Pokemon Yellow came out, I was still, at that point in time, a pretty heavy RPG player. You know, I played the Dragon Warriors, I played Final Fantasies, Secret of Mana, all that stuff, you know. And when Pokemon came out, I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. So I got Yellow for the Game Boy and started playing it, and just found it to be very kind of simplistic. And I know from talking to people that there's a lot of depth to this game if you really want to put the effort and time into it. But when it's not grabbing you as much as it's not grabbing me, like I said, I'm still having a fun time with it, but it's not like Etrian Odyssey or SMT4 would be a better example where I'm just like, oh, I gotta see the next thing, you know. To me, it's just like I collect Pokemon that I want to use, and then I'm like, I don't need to collect anymore, you know? It's just that I don't have that drive to catch them all. And what I mean by it trades on its nostalgia is that I have a Pikachu in my party, and I have a Charmander that's evolved into a Charmeleon. And it's like, I feel pretty set, because I have the old Pokemon, you know, I have to have those old Pokemon. The new ones, they look stupid, I don't care, but the old ones, I want to have the old ones because I remember them from Yellow. And, you know, the series, from what I've heard people talk about and things like that, it really hasn't changed or evolved a lot over the years. I know there's a lot of updates to this one, but since I'm not a big Pokemon fan, I don't notice them as much. It's just like, oh, that's just part of the game. So, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the discussion here. The storyline, for all intents and purposes, for everything I've heard from people, you know, the storylines in Pokemon games are always non-existent to bad. You know, it's just like, meh, there's no really story. You're a little boy who gets a Pokemon and goes out to train more Pokemon and earn all the badges to become the best Pokemon trainer in his region. His or her region, let me put, you know, because you can choose your gender in this. And that's pretty much the storyline. I think there is kind of a bit of another storyline kind of developing. But, yeah, it's just, you know, I play RPGs because I like a good yarn, and not so much for the battle mechanics and the collecting and things like that. But, you know, I could see how a big Pokemon fan would really, you know, dig on this. I'm just saying Pokemon, it's just not for me. And this is just confirmation that it's just not for me. What else? The gameplay. The gameplay is really where I have sort of the big gripe with the game. It just feels, here's the thing. I'm not 8 years old. And I didn't play this game when I was 18 years old, or 18, when I was 8 years old. 97, I was 15 years old when I first played my first Pokemon. And it felt simplistic to me then, and it still feels simplistic to me now. To the point that there's really zero challenge in this game. maybe the challenge comes from collecting the Pokemon and spending all your time walking around in tall grass to try to get that rare one and then get it evolved. But that's just not for me. That's not what I want out of a game. Where was I going with that? Oh, this is gonna be a good one. I can't wait to see the comments on this one. A bunch of Pokemon fans just railing against me. But yeah, the battle system, it just feels very simplistic, very slow. The thing with SMT4, when you're collecting demons and fusing them and doing that stuff, it feels like there's more strategy to it, because you have 3 demons in your party and you kind of balance them out. Whereas the Pokemon, it's just one-on-one battles. Sometimes it's a 2-on-2, but you're just swapping them out, and I can see how you can get an order to your attacks, like have Pikachu out there do his first attack to paralyze him and then poison him, and you just use another Pokemon to poison him and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. It's one of those Nintendo franchises, and let me tell you something else. I'm glad that this exists, because it just puts a ton of money in Nintendo's pocket, and hopefully they'll figure out the Wii U and figure out how to make it a success like the 3DS is. But I'm glad that this exists in Nintendo's repertoire, so they can just make bank and keep on a chugging. But yeah, I don't know. And the big thing is that you get your jollies off in this game is the collecting of Pokemon, and I just can't do that. I want to move through the game, experience a storyline, and have some epic battles. And while there are some battles, my nose keeps itching. I think I have like a piece of flying fuzz in it or something. This review's going off the rails. While there are some epic battles, epic in length, with some of the trainers who have a full stack of Pokeballs, or getting these new Horde battles that you fight multiple Pokemon, they last for a very long time. But it's so tedious because the battle system is so slow, because it's a one-on-one battle. And that's one of the big reasons why I don't go back to Dragon Warrior 1 hardly ever. And if I do, it's the Super Nintendo version. Just the one-on-one battle systems it's just so slow. So slow. But if you made like a party of Pokemon, then that would kind of unbalance the game somehow. I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. Let me put it that way. This is a great game. I can see that there's a great game here. There is a great game here. But for my taste, it's just not there for me. Don't blow up my wall. The music, the music is pretty good, but it's kind of forgettable, to be honest with you. In the AGP chat, Aerodynamish was talking about how the soundtrack gets kind of epic. I guess I haven't got to that point yet, but yeah, it's kind of there, kind of forgettable. I don't know. The graphics, though, the graphics look amazing. I have to say the graphics look amazing in this game. The only downside is, and maybe they did it because this is skewed for a much younger audience. The 3D, if you play games in the 3DS with the 3D on all the time, it's kind of weird how when you're out exploring the world, the 3D doesn't work. But when you get in battles, the 3D's on. And I wonder if that's kind of Nintendo saying, hey, this game's for a younger audience. Maybe we shouldn't have the 3D on all the time. So even if the little kids play with the 3D on, they get breaks from the 3D so it doesn't hurt their eyes. I bet you it's kind of a sneaky way of Nintendo putting that in there. But yeah, I don't know to tell you guys. I really gave it a go, and I'm going to continue playing it because I like to see my games through to the end, unless they're terrible. If they're really just putting me off, then I won't finish the game. This isn't putting me off, it's just I don't feel a burning desire to open up the 3DS to play it. Now, when I do open up the 3DS and play it, I do have a fun time. But it's not like I'm going to sit there with my 3DS for 5 hours straight playing Pokemon. I usually play for like 20 minutes at a pop, and then I'm like, okay, save and quit, done. I don't know. So, I mean, I don't know how many hours you put into this game. you can put in as much as you want because you can evolve your Pokemon and do all that kind of stuff. But I've put in like about 8 right now, and I feel like if by 8 hours, I don't feel like completing the game will skew the, you know, the review one way or the other, I'll go ahead and do the game discussion. Because I feel like in 8 hours, you've really seen the core of the mechanics of the system and things like that. But I don't know. If you came here looking for like an in-depth review of Pokemon, I apologize. I'm not a Poke fanatic. I just thought I'd give the series another try to see maybe if I was missing something. But I guess for my personal tastes in games, I don't really feel like I'm missing anything if I just never pick up another Pokemon game again. And it's kind of a weird thing to say because, you know, I kind of consider myself to be a very open-minded gamer. But I've given this series a fair shake, and it's just not something for me. So while I will say this again, there is a very well-crafted game here. This is a good game. It's worth your money if you like Pokemon. I'm not really into the series. So for me, it's kind of like I'm going to play it like a little bit here, a little bit there, and you know, maybe sometime next year I'll see the end of the game. But it's kind of like, well, I don't even want to say Sticker Star, because Paper Mario Sticker Star I thought was just terrible. So, but this is actually, it's a good game, good graphics, good music, good presentation. It's definitely deserved of its, you know, its popularity. But I didn't grow up playing it, and for a game that like this, that I just feel like it trades on its nostalgia and your love of when you first played Pokemon. I don't have that connection to it like a lot of other people do. So, for me, while I can see that there's a great game here, it's just not my cup of tea. So, anyway, sorry if that review was a bit, usually my reviews are a little bit more, I don't know what the word is. But, yeah, definitely, I don't know what to say about it, man. I really don't, because I don't want to make it sound like I'm railing against the game, because I do see a good game here. It's just, I can't get into the series. I just can't get into the series. To the point that, like, you know, like Steven and Paige were just, you know, on the AGP chat about it. And I'm just like, okay, maybe I should check it out. And then I checked it out. I was like, what are they talking about? I don't understand. But I think it really is them sort of, you know, living in the sort of nostalgic gaze that Pokemon gave them. Remember, you know, where you were when you played your first Pokemon, where you caught this one and stuff like that. I don't know. But anyway, that is it for this discussion, because I'm just babbling now. Just babbling. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'm done. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.